more analysis of my extended interview with Lenny Dykstra. Now, I know a lot of you guys think I was probably a little biased toward him being a homer, a Philadelphia Phillies fan, so let me bring in a social media star, especially of the Periscope variety, named Mike Closer, who's a Washington Nationals fan now. They didn't exist except as the Montreal Expos till like 2005, but during the time when Lenny played in the late 80s and early to mid 90s, mid 80s to mid to late 90s, he was a fan of the Baltimore Orioles, and you couldn't find a team that was much more irrelevant during that era. Anyhow, Mike, what did you think of the interview?
That's for sure. Thanks for throwing in a dig at the beginning. But
hey, I was not happy about what happened in 1983 to the Phillies, and that was because of you guys. Then you guys stunk after that for a long time.
That is true. I can accept that. But we did have the Senators before. When you brought up the Nationals, we did have a life once before. But anyway, I really enjoyed the interview. It's a raw, uncut version of the real person, which was great. And I really want to address a couple of things he said that I agree with. Mm-hmm. And a couple things. You talked about the thing about being gay, and I know that was an interesting subject there. Seinfeld always says you get to double your wardrobe if that's the case. But needless to say, I do think it might be something in the DNA. I know you did the alpha beta routine there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's no gene, but
no, I don't know. Again, I don't know if we're going to figure this out, because I was told if you wake someone up at 2 a.m., their voice changes downward 3 octaves. So I really don't know what the answer is there. But
do you ever see a guy? What's it called? Blackbird or something Black Pigeon Speaks on YouTube, because he had an interesting video about that. You don't know what?
No, I did not.
That and Dennis Prager gave me a really interesting perspective on that, the alpha beta males, and basically Prager's point is guys would have sex with anything, so of course they did that normally. They're anyhow. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. We have limited time.
No, I can see. I would like to listen to more of that as well. But he mentioned being around hot women in the bathroom routine. There's an old saying, and Howard Stern actually said this when he met his wife-to-be that he's with now, is that you'd never, ever know or see or hear about your future wife or hot woman going to the restroom in any way. You get a separate restroom. Now, I've been married almost 26 years. We have separate restrooms. And I tell you, it's a really good policy.
I guess. I mean, to me, it doesn't matter, but I've had one marriage that was short and didn't work out too well, so maybe I should listen to you guys on that, I suppose.
Something to think about. And he mentioned I sleep about 3.5 to 4 hours a day, and he said waste of time. Sleeping's a waste of time. I do agree with that. I think there's better things to be doing, and I'm always trying to get more intel. So I do like that approach. I know we need it, but I totally get where he's coming from on that. And don't forget, he's left-handed, and 10% of the earth is left-handed, and they make some awkward decisions. If you look at that, they're very creative people on one side, and sometimes a little different on the other.
I never thought about that aspect of him, but he is, come to think of it. That never even came up in the interview, or no, I mean, not politically, but he is a lefty. Yeah, that's true. That is true. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
He's not going to beat that stereotype. Yeah.
No, that's right. The religious conversation I thought was awesome. His insight is similar to mine. I don't speak as raw about it, but heck, there were humans here 1.2 million years ago, and he was trying to figure out how someone could get pregnant without having sex. So he brings an interesting insight and common sense approach to having that conversation with rabbis or pastors or fathers. But the
problem with that is, as a Jew, we accept the splitting of the Red Sea. So, I mean, there are definitely some miracles which are pretty important to our heritage, which we believe or choose to believe in. So that's not what we believe about JC, but, I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility for God, but you have a different perspective.
Absolutely. I still agree it's a choice. You're born a human. Everything else is a choice. To be good or bad, to be great or not, it's still a choice when you wake up. So I really enjoyed that interview. I think you knocked it out. I look forward to hopefully you get him on again.
Yeah, he's great, but he's great with everyone. That's the reality. I mean, I had good rapport, but he did have rapport with, and that's why his teams won, I think. Mike, how do people follow you, and what are you doing now? It's no longer Closer Nation or whatever it was on Periscope?
So it's still, you follow me at The Best Closer on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Gab, but there's a new company that was formed called Be Right News Corporation, which will include a lot of broadcasters, some conservative, some not, with music, DJ, all the way to sports, and debate and financial news. So it's coming soon to everybody. So please follow me. And Adam, thank you very much for having me on your show.
Thanks for coming on.